as far as the funds, how we generate returns, what we do is we aggregate that. We have a hedge fund that's an investment company. DWP is registered as an investment company, and it's the manager of the hedge fund. You contribute your assets to the hedge fund. You sign a subscription agreement. You do all the stuff. You put them up as a capital asset inside that. And that's held in institutional custody. That's then reflected with our counterparty off exchange and off out of custody. So we mitigate counterparty risk. If something bad happens, they go bankrupt, something happens, we're not a creditor. They can't take your assets because they're on our side of the fence. So we mitigate counterparty risk. They get reflected, they're mirrored. We get a line of credit or a line of margin against that mirrored value. And that's what they trade in a market neutral strategy. These market neutral strategies have 5 and 6 year track records. They've produced anywhere between 20 and 40% per year for the past 5 and 6 years. Now you're like, all right, well, if they've produced that much, and that's actually really those are really good returns. And I wouldn't believe it myself if we didn't have like full audits of this stuff done by KPMG and Deloitte, like the top 4 audit firms. Okay. The tear sheets are awesome on these funds that we have. We get an 80% line of margin against the reflected XRP. And then we only ever trade 40 to 60% of that line of margin. And the reason we do that is to mitigate volatility risk. When we had the crash on 1010, no XRP got called away and nothing bad happened. It worked perfect. And if you could ever have a test of the way that we've structured this to make sure that there wasn't going to be a problem, that was it. So we lost no XRP because that's our number one rule. Our number one rule is don't lose XRP. Number 2 rule is refer to rule number 1. So we structured it to where we've mitigated all counterparty risk and we've mitigated volatility risk. The only risk in the funds, and this is a risk, is that they lose money over the quarter in their strategy, which has happened 2 times in their history. They have lost money over the quarter. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to lose money over the year. They've made anywhere between 20 and 40% per year. So you could still have a negative quarter and still make 20% a year. It's not a guaranteed return on these funds. They are not yield, they are returns, and they are paid out quarterly to mitigate the risk of the loss, but they will potentially still occur. So doing the best we can with what we got. This is the only regulated way to be able to generate returns on your XRP here in the US. And that is how it's structured. If you want to learn more about those things, you can reach out to Digital Wealth Partners. Go to the contact us form over there at digitalwealthpartners.net.